right? So the toxin should be removed first. So how the toxin should be removed? That is the question. So first of all, don't get fear, don't get anger. So the fear and anger is pretty much the same, different expressions, but the root cause is the same, uncertainty, right? How to do that? How to avoid it? Very simple technique. Before the fear starts, sometimes it's all of a sudden, but sometimes it's, you know that, you're going to, something going to come up, like immediately start feeling. But anger, you know that. If you're going to be angry with something or somebody, you started feeling something internally first, right? Some uncomfortable feeling. You should start at least 2-3 seconds, 30 seconds before that uncomfortable feeling starts. If you don't speak, no one knows. The problem is, if you hold, that's going to be the biggest problem. If you hold the anger, letting out is another problem. It's equal. So how to do it? Only thing is, let the anger not enter into your body or mind. That is the only thing. By the time you start feeling, right, the anger, what you need to do is just hold your breath. Simple. It's called Voham. Right? Just hold your breath. How much you can do? You can do it for 10 seconds to up to 30 seconds to up to 1 minute maximum. Just hold breath for particular second, particular time, only once, not even more. You don't have to do any pranayama at all. Pranayama is different. That is good. I'm not saying that. But just hold your breath. For the moment you start feeling the uncomfortable feeling, hold your breath. Just hold your breath. Both fear and anger will go away. You don't even think that, oh, did I think about all those things? If you really feel angry right now, you think about some anger. Somebody, you must be having something with somebody else. Just think about that person or activity or anything. Mostly everybody will have, definitely 90% of the people have their manager or the spouse. Right? Do that. Just think about it. Let's do now. Close your eyes. Just visualize yourself, something or somebody, and then create yourself the anger, and then immediately just hold your breath. Just inhale and then hold your breath. That's it. That feeling will immediately go away. When you are releasing the breath, release very slowly. That's it. See, for example, Senthil was running around here fixing the speaker and all those, right? Not only fear, right? The fear and all is like we explicitly speak. Sometimes this kind of urge work. Certain times we have to react quickly, right? When we react quickly, what happens? We feel that fear. Basically, it's like if you have to do it, desperate. Right? He was trying to fix it. No, it's already time is running out. What happens? We breathe heavily. In order to sustain or to come into the normal, just hold the breath. Just sit down, just for 30 seconds, maximum 30 seconds. Just sit down wherever you are. No need to be like doing all this posture and everything. If you are sitting in the chair, just sit there. That's it. Right? If you are walking, just stand. Just stop all the activities, simple. Just for 30 seconds. It is possible. Anywhere. Right? Just hold your breath. How much ever is possible? 5 minutes or 10 minutes? You can do that. Once you do the whole breath and release slowly, immediately you feel that whatever has happened, like whatever is, while breathing itself, or the holding the breath itself, you forget everything. That what is supposed to be. in the previous moment. In case I now is like, oh, what did I think? Why did I react like that? That's a simple thing. People say that start count and all those things, right? But after counting, you start yelling people. That you already counted. While counting itself is like, okay, I'm going to say it. You think about what to yell. But when you have hold the breath, that is a life. That will definitely hold you. That removes everything. This is the first step. Right? Removing those unnecessary thoughts and only necessary thoughts. Taking only the necessary thoughts. Right? That's the simple. So next one, everybody, I guess, everybody has water. Right? You all got water. I hope you got my email, I guess, right? So is it a warm water or?
Warm.
How many of you are able to drink water? How many of you are drinking water daily? You don't know whether they are breathing or not. You don't know whether they are drinking or not. Right? How much water you need to drink every day? Anyone? 2 liters? Take us up, yeah.
8 cups.
8 cups? Plus 2 liters, yes. Then?
If you're thirsty,
When you feel thirsty, you drink. Why do you need to feel thirsty? I'm speaking since 6 o'clock in the morning. Right? I don't feel thirsty. Why?
Thirsty when your body is dry.
Sorry?
Your body is dry.
Yeah, she's saying, what is that? Love.
Secretes a lot of saliva.
Yeah, it secretes a lot of saliva. How many of you are really having dry mouth? That is the key. Dry mouth is a problem. And this is rainwater, so that's why I'm just using it. Right. So this is how I'm going to drink water. So water drinking, what is that we are going to show in water drinking? Right? Once you drink the water, you will know what it is. What are the consequences for that? First, if you drink properly, the first and foremost thing is you get the burn after drinking the water. Okay, how to drink water? Now, whenever we drink water, we are just pouring the water through the throat and then it just goes inside. Then how can your thirst will go? Because thirst is not about the body, it is about the indication on your tongue. Right? So how should it go? When you put the water on anything liquid, it should go through this way, not this straight. Right? So what we're drinking, if you're drinking water, it should go, it's actually how going through this. Through the throat. But actually it's supposed to go through the saliva, because the saliva area is here, the side. And it helps the thyroid and parathyroid. So how to do that? When you drink water, make sure that you put your tongue, the tip of the tongue, to the upper palate or to the tooth, like this. Right? Don't move your tongue. Basically what we do is, we just push the water through our tongue like this. Without knowing. But it's supposed to be, you have to push through it. I mean, it's supposed to be not push through it, but just hold. The moment you hold, what happens? The jaws will try to close themselves automatically. When it tries to close itself, then the water goes through the side. When it goes through the side, even a single cup of water is good enough, or one sip of water is good enough for you to have clean things. Number one. Number two, I'm going to use this 3 times, meaning the gulp. 3 times, at least 3 times to 4 times gulp with single sip. What happened is, it creates the wave effect in my digestion system. So eventually, that helps me to remove all the guts from my intestine, large intestine and colon. Right? So the proper way, I am doing right now, the proper way is to put the left leg up. Don't worry if you are, because this is the proper way. If you cannot do, that's okay. Try to sit and drink water. In the office, you cannot do this way, right? When you are sitting in the chair, better to sit in the chair and do it. Okay? So don't worry about the leg, right one. Simply follow this one, right? One set, 4 times, right? You can drink as much as. I am just little faster now. People are recording, you can share it, the link. That's fine. Yes? Can you drink? Yes. Yes. I don't move my tongue. But the key is don't move your tongue. Yes, better to put it in the upper palate. See, it won't be like sticking like that. But try to put that in the upper palate so that it don't move. Sorry?
You stick your tongue to the upper palate.
Yeah. What? Little louder. Speak like that. I go. Don't just gulp your water. Slow. If you have any questions, let me know. Keep water in the mouth and then gulp 4 times. Just pour water, mouth full of water, then gulp little bit. Yes, David.
No, we keep it on the upper palate. We are not able to, I am not able to drink. We haven't practiced.
Try.
It's like kind of long.
Yes.
If you keep it on the teeth, then it's fine.
Yes. See, basically that's the purpose. We don't want the water straight away go through the throat. We want the water goes through this one, this side area. Right? You have to drink lot. Did you get my email? No?
From the palate.
No.
Or just upper.
Don't, yeah, just put it. Don't move.
Okay.
Right? See? Like this.
So I drink water, then stick my tongue to the upper palate. First step, drink,
Right.
stick to the upper palate, then keep gulping.
Gulping, yes, keep gulping. Practice.
I'm able to feel the verb for the first step of the
First time after drinking, yes. Those who do right way, gulping, proper gulping, you should be able to see that. If not, then you are not doing right, you can try it. Yes.
So you burn because of the air, right?
Yeah, because it's there. See, I'll tell you, that's why I usually explain all that dasanadis, dasavayus and everything.
Oh, okay.
But it's overwhelming for some people.
Because every day morning it happens to me. After I drink water, I start burping.
Yes, it's supposed to come out.
It's supposed to come out.
Why? Okay, there are 2 times you get burp. Before the food, or too much hungry, or immediately after the food. You know why it happened? Because it's called aparavayu. Okay. The aparavayu is the one which is basic. What happens if you burn anything? What happens if you burn anything? It produces the carbon dioxide, let's say, right? Takes oxygen, produces the carbon dioxide.
Yes.
Similarly, there are, when you breathe, right, when you breathe in, that converted into so many vayus. One of the vayus is called apana vayu. What is apana vayu? Apana vayu is the result of the burning. If it stays inside, that keeps the problem. Most of the people, those who have that the chest pain and all those things, that is apana vayu problem. Right? If it's apana vayu exists, you don't feel the proper digestion, or like you don't feel hungry. Right? You should go out. So most of the time, we don't know how to make it go out. That is why we use what? Cola products or soda products. It's a simple, the water itself can do a miracle. But we don't know. The problem is, we don't try to do. Right? Our mindset has to change. It's not about this technique, it is our mindset. 99.99% is our mindset. These techniques are only 0.01%. Right? So that's the second technique. So how many of you tried and how many of you get the bug? Good one, yes. Good result. So those who bug, you don't get the bug? Yeah. Those who tried but don't get the bug, raise your hand. So many people. So you need more water. This, here is why. You know that. I communicated. You didn't bring water. So you take more water. Or you can use wine if you want. Right? Take at least 3-4 gulps, you will feel the difference. And then you always feel that saliva is there in your mouth. The more you feel the saliva, that's good. Okay. This is the alternate way. But don't try this all the time. Eat when there is a saliva, right? So most of the people have two issues. Dry eyes, dry mouth. Right? The dry eyes because of the dry mouth. Those who have a dry mouth will have dry eyes. Okay. How to make it? Saliva. How many of you are having dry mouth now? Ready? Okay. Put your index finger below your this area. Here, right? The bottom, see, this is the end of the air, and just there is a bump, sorry, dent inside, right? Just press. Close your mouth and press gently. Three times to maximum 9 times. How do you feel now? The dry eyes, dry mouth. Saliva comes. The saliva is supposed to come automatically. But this is only alternate. Don't try this forever. Okay. At least the more once you start, this is the secretion, that's it. Your saliva starts secreting. This is the activation point. This is only activation. It's not just a permanent. It is activation. That's it. You know what is activation? The diksha, people taking that, this kind of thing. Right? And then you have to practice. The guru will not be there all the time. Right? They give the diksha and they walk away. Similarly, this is only the activation. And then you need to follow. You need to practice. How you practice? Smell the food. Enjoy the food. And just watch, don't somewhere watch and then don't somewhere think and do some food. Right? Always, nowadays it's like, what is it called? Lunch meeting or something, right? See, then you have only 30 minutes to 45 minutes for your lunch. And that even you block your time because there is no available time. If there is no available time, make the time available after 5 o'clock, something like that. Right? So that's, see, what you are doing for all this work, end of the day, is for the food. Basic requirement is the food. But if you cannot eat that food on time, what is the purpose? If you don't feel eating hungry, if you don't feel hungry, then don't eat. It's okay. You can skip one day. I was feeling hungry after this class, first class, the morning class. I was asking Kalyani like, food is ready after. Yeah, I want to eat. Right. Sometimes I don't eat for a few hours. That's okay. Yeah. So that's the second or third one. You want more? We'll do some practice. Yoga practice. Right? Better not to stand. Better not to stand. Better sit and eat, drink. Always. Otherwise you get the gas problem. We already talked about it in our classes. The leg is nothing but breath. The extension of breath. So when you stand, it automatically goes down to the breath and it blocks the breath. And we all know that. How many of you know that? Anybody knows how many heart we have? 2? Where? 3. Okay, let's put this way. What is the function of heart? Pumping the blood. Right? So, this is where the bottom line is, core is pumping the blood. Whatever pumping the blood is called heart. Can we take it that way? So what are the things which are pumping? This area, right? What is it called? Calf. This is another heart. If you hold it, you will feel the difference. The heart shape. Right? Anybody who has fear, not learning, they get pain here. They feel stressed, they get pain here. First is pain. There are 2 places you get the pain. The shoulder, the second one is here. Because it won't come properly. So there are 2 legs. That is why people are saying that when you eat, sit down and eat. When you do the meditation, sit down and eat. Do the meditation. Those kind of things. Because you want to give a rest to these 2 hearts.
So it's a muscle pull in the legs related to that?
Yes. The muscle pull is what? Let me put this way, the sciatic nerve issues. At least nowadays, like I see that from men also. Like, why it's all happening? It's because of the stress. Right? Yeah. Sorry? Right.
So if you are out of the house, if you are in the house, that's okay, you can manage.
You can sit in the chair. Chair, it's okay, yeah. At least, see, try your level best. If nothing is working, then you can stand and drink. That's okay. See, exceptions are there always. But don't make exceptions into mainstream. That is my request. Right? So exceptions are there always, all the time. But let us not leverage them. Right? Let's do some meditation. That is also for eyes. How can you breathe through your eyes? You are breathing, you are going to breathe through your eyes. Yeah? Let's do that. So before we go into that, any questions? Or you want to try one more water drink?
For water drinking, you are saying some posture like a left leg. I think you.
Yeah, this one is supposed to be like that. The left is like this. And put this way. Like this. This one goes down to the thigh area.
Okay.
Yes. Like this. This right leg goes down below the thigh.
When you're drinking water.
Drinking water in the form. So we have 2 more techniques. So let's do the meditation. Just watch out your breath and then see the gap in between the inhaling and exhaling. Right? So when you inhale and then exhale, it's a normal process. But there is a very small gap in between. Okay? Just try to see that. Just observe it. Don't do anything, just observe it. Right? So, can you do? So sit comfortable, whichever the posture you want. You don't have to be there, but make sure that your back straight.